Hi, this is James from tracyandmac.co.uk, and here we have the Palm Pre. Now, I've just finished reviewing the Pre, and I would imagine the review will go live on the website in the next 24 hours or so. But before that, I just thought I'd give you a quick video demo of a few of its main features, and the things that I think are pretty good on it. So, as you can see there on the home screen, we have at the bottom 5 icons. We've got the phone dialer, we have a contacts one, we have a calendar one, an email one, and the arrow there on the right hand side is a link to what they call the launcher, which is basically the main menu of the device. So we'll have a quick look at contacts first. Now, although I haven't got any phone contacts in here, I have linked the Pre to Facebook. So it's basically it's put all my Facebook contacts onto the Pre, and if I had phone contacts in there as well, it would link them together. So if I was to go to look up Matt, for example, it would not only show me his phone number, etc., and email address, it would actually give me the option to post something to his Facebook page, which is quite nice. It's all part of what Palm calls Synergy, which is integrating contacts. Now, what I've done here is I've minimised the application by just pressing the button at the bottom, or you can use a left-hand swipe of the touch-sensitive button there that takes you back. So we can either leave the card open in the background there, or we can actually close it just by swiping up on the screen, which is very nice. So I mentioned Facebook. The Facebook application is pretty good on the Pre. It's certainly as good as what I've used on I would imagine, the iPhone or the BlackBerry, and it's better than the Windows Mobile one, that's for sure. I mean, the screen's not massive on the Pre, so you don't get tons of information on here, but you know, it lets you do everything you need to do, so it's more than capable of taking care of your Facebook needs. Again, we'll have a look at Twitter as well. Now, this is a free application called TwitFree, which you can download from the Palm Store on here. So once again, there's not massive amount of information on the screen, but the text is a lot smaller on TwitFree compared to what it was on Facebook, so you are getting more. You know, the application works well. If you do tweet a lot, then you know this will do the trick. We're obviously looking at my timeline here, and at the bottom you've got other options for mentions, messages and favourites, that sort of thing. So that one seems to work a treat. We'll have a quick look at the web browser, as that's pretty special in the Pre. So if we want to find something, it's really just a case of typing away, and the Pre will try and find it, and it's already found a Google search for Tracy and Mac there, so we'll open that one up, click on the link, and there we go. So tracyandmac.co.uk is now loading. There we are, it's done. So we can either view it like this, or we can rotate, as it's got an accelerometer, and view the page like this. And like on the iPhone, the Palm Pre supports multi-touch, so we can pitch the zoom like so, and that works very nicely. I say the browser on the Palm Pre is pretty spot on. It can lag very slightly sometimes, but they've made a very good job of it. What should we have a look at now? Quick look at photos. Again, just to give you an example of the pinch zoom. Yeah, the screen is very sensitive. Works very well. Again, obviously photos will auto rotate using an accelerometer. I mean, looking at photos, that's fairly straightforward. It's not too dissimilar to on most of the other smartphones these days. It's quite a nice weather application. That one there is obviously giving you a view of the week ahead. There's some tabs at the bottom, so we can get a more detailed view of today, looking at sort of every hour. And oops, and for some reason there's also a tab here for a radar map, which is really rubbish. So and by clicking at the top you've obviously got the options to add locations and delete locations, that sort of thing. The other thing I will show you very briefly is the app catalogue. So there's a search bar here at the top, so we can search for whatever we need to look at. There's also an Explore tab here, so this will give you basically the categories. So look, we'll click on Twitter here, and here it gives you the Twitter related applications. So you can look at reviews, see some fairly detailed stuff about the app. Fairly straightforward. What else I would like to show you just very briefly is, if you haven't seen it, the Touchstone charging dock. Now this is fantastic as it's wireless, not the actual dock, but the way that the Palm Pre charges. You want to charge the Pre, stick it on, and that's on charge. You do have to have a special back cover on the Pre, and that stays on. It's either by a magnet or by magic. I'm not really sure which it is. I think it might be magic, but it's fantastic not having to worry about plugging a micro USB into the back of the Pre. So I'm fairly impressed with that. One last thing I will show you is a comparison with the Pre keyboard compared to a few of its predecessors. So here we have the Pre alongside the Palm Centro and the Palm Trio 680. The 680 obviously having the biggest keyboard there. The Pre compared to the Centro, they are fairly similar in size. I would have to say that it's actually easier for me typing on the Centro, because you haven't got these horrible sharp edges around the edge of the Pre keyboard. But you know, it's not a bad experience. If you want to see my full views in more details, then you'll have to check out the review on tracyandmac.co.uk in the next day or so.